And welcome everybody to the Chensor Dynasty. For those of you who are watching here on Twitch, we haven't really gone anywhere, but for those of you on YouTube, what I'm going to do right now is I just kind of want to analyze this Faust trailer a little bit, talk about this trailer a little bit, because it is the goddamn sickest trailer ever. I mean, look, when they revealed all the other characters, like, they looked cool, they looked different, like, you know, May has this new little hoodie thing, you know, all this stuff like that, but then you watch this Faust trailer and you're just like, what the hell happened to this guy? He's like a completely different character, and he's just like he's just like the craziest freak in the world, but it's just like, it's so cool. And the stuff that I mean, look, Faust, for those of you who don't know, the lore started with Dr. Baldhead, right? The very first game he showed up in was, he was Dr. Baldhead. And he just looked like a freak, right? I mean, he was a very, very strange looking fellow. Let me see if I can find some pictures of Dr. Baldhead over here. So this is what Faust looked like in the original Guilty Gear, right? I mean, this is Dr. Baldhead right here. This is how he looked. And that's my Winamp playlist. Whoops. What is happening over here? No, that is what I want. There you go. Alright, so that is Dr. Baldhead right here. This is how he looked originally. He was a guy who looked kind of creepy and, you know, fought like this. This is a big giant headshot of him over here. You know, this is how he looked. He was a dude with a bald head. I mean, that's what he was before. And then in the later Guilty Gears, he got replaced by Faust with a bag on his head. And they've never confirmed that he's the same character. You know, I think that's kind of like a King of Dinosaurs, you know, Griffin mask kind of thing. Kind of like a little inside joke. But you know, Faust, you know, Dr. Baldhead was kind of more insane, and Faust kind of became more of a goofy kind of character, which is why it's so interesting to me that they've actually turned him into... Oh, shout out to Sovereign King 3000. Thank you for the subscription. Suck my nuts, Sovereign King. Hope you know the inside joke. But yes, this new version of Faust here has gone from the silly Faust back to this weird, really just kind of creepy, and like, what is happening with the silliness combined in very vampire savior-esque fashion, in the way that kind of Japan is really, really good at with those kind of characters and stuff like that. So yeah, he removes his mask, but it's just a giant glowing thing. You don't actually see the face. You don't actually see that. You don't know what to say. It could just be a completely different... We might even have like hair on there, but it's just so bright that you see right through the hair. You don't know. You don't know. No, I'm just kidding. But in any case, let's take a look at this new trailer here. Let's just watch it in its entirety here. I'm going to mute it, though. I'm going to mute it here, though, just so, you know, there's none of the strike and everything like that. And I would hope that they wouldn't try to do a copyright strike on this thing, because obviously I'm doing nothing but promoting the game. But you never know. YouTube does funny things, man. YouTube does very, very funny things. And that's just the way it works here. Here we go. And now my cat is making noise at me. Let's go down here and let's change this. Hi, kitty. Hi. Hey, kitty. Here, come here, kitty. Come here, kitty. Come here, kitty. Come here, kitty. No, okay. Never mind. But let's go ahead and watch this in its entirety at regular speed at first with no audio. But here comes the Arxis logo. So here we go. Unreal Engine. I mean, look at him. He already just looks like the creepiest. I mean, look at the way his hand shakes like that. Like, what is even happening here? And sorry at home if this doesn't look particularly smooth for you. Hopefully it's not too bad over there. Hopefully it looks just fine. But look at this. Dude, he is just so creepy. His movement is just ridiculous. Oh, man. Let's rock Guilty Gear StrIVe. I mean, seriously, he looks so beautiful. And now what we're going to do is let's go ahead and watch this again. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change the playback speed to 0.25. And let's just go ahead and watch this. Yeah, you know what? I'm telling you guys right now, I have a new video card. Hanzo Gonzo donated a new video card to me. So I have a new video card. One of the first things I do when I get back in February is I'm going to install this new video card, make sure it's compatible with my system, and then when I get that, hopefully I will not have these problems again when streaming videos like this. I should have enough processing power. My video card is very old. Very, very old. So hopefully this won't happen again. But obviously this is going to be going very slow now on purpose because I am playing at 0.25 speed here. So let's take a look at this. Those are definitely afros, Mr. Henry. Those are definitely afros. But again, like the way that he comes in, and someone actually said early on that when he gets introduced, they thought the syringe, they almost thought it was like a penis kind of thing like that. And sorry for, you know, triggered. The hope nobody gets like completely like weirded out by me saying that. But you know they did that on purpose. There's absolutely no accident of this. Like, and then look at these kicks, dude. What are these shoes over here, dude? Look at these shoes. He's even got like nice tennis shoes. But like, there's no accident that the syringe is hanging from his waist like that. I mean, like, there's absolutely no accident. But look at the way he walks. He's just like, he just seems so sickly and like destroyed and emaciated and everything like that. And look at the way his hand moves and it just like Look at the way they animated it. Like, it keeps resetting in the animation. And it's really, really cool how they made him look. And he's in scrubs. Yeah, and you're right, Fighting Feng Huang, is how many shadows they've used on him. He's so dark compared to a lot of the other characters. And here he is, and he's in scrubs now. He's not even his doctor gear. You can see him partway. He looks completely gaunt, like he is just like dying or something like that. He's always been skinny, but now it looks like he's unhealthily skinny. Like everything is like he's just a skeleton. Look at this. Look at this thing. Look at his arm over here. He's just basically a skeleton at this point in time, and it's crazy looking. So let's just keep going here. And it looks like he's doing his 6H here, which is the overhead from across the screen here. Obviously, the animation is a little bit different, but he still has it, and he can cancel into his toss. And it looks like his little Faust dolls now are a little bit more like little scarecrows instead of just mimicking him. And his little Faust dolls even have these little knives hanging on them, dude. Look at this thing. That's terrifying. Like, if I saw one of these things, like before when you had the mini Faust running at you, you're like, okay, now when I see this mini Faust here, I'm actually kind of worried. Like, this is like something you would see in Silent Hill. If you saw a little scarecrow doll with a bag on its head and one eye and a little knife like this running at you, yeah, it's like a Tonberry, dude. I would just be like, what the hell? I don't want to deal with this thing. And if you also notice too, but that 6H caused a wall bounce. And I don't even see a counter hit message on the screen, right? So it looks like if he hits you with 6H out of the air, you screw it across the floor, wall bounce. And interestingly enough, the Faust misses him. The mini Faust misses him over here. Dr. Pyramid Head. That's really sick. And it could just be edited out, so maybe it was a counter hit. But he gets a juggle. There's a standing kick, as it's kind of always looked. I mean, that's the way it looked. But look at his arms. Look at the stretching on there. Look at the fingers. And again, this is one of the things that, Arxis has gotten so good at, is they've made the animation style. Look how stretched out his arms look. It's so cool looking. And he even gets the juggle afterwards into the jumping syringe. And I mean, I don't know if this is jumping dust. Jumping dust, he used to swing the syringe out from under him, but now it looks like he stabs you on the top of his head with a giant growing syringe, right? I mean, like, the syringe is just hanging from his waist, and when he gets up in the air, all of a sudden it's gigantic, and he stabs you with the syringe. You can even see him get a little pumping motion here. And then this, I don't know what button this is. Maybe this is his new standing slash. Maybe this is the way his standing slash looks now or something. Oh no, that's the start of his fishing pole. That's just the start of the fishing pole, because now when he hits you with it, it actually goes into this awesome cinematic. And by the way, as much as we're looking at how beautiful Faust looks in the cinematic, check out the background on this stage. The sense of scale and depth on the background on this stage is almost like haunting. Like, I don't know, there's something very wonderful about the way that when it scrolls like this, like, oh, it's so beautiful. Yeah, maybe the color is a little too saturated, but they're probably gonna fix that. But I mean, this just crazy. Oh, and lands on the Faust top. Did he land on the Faust Tonberry? Did I miss that part? Let me see. So it hits him, jump. Oh, you're right. Oh yeah, he's probably going to land on it, or at least even be pressured on Meaty, one way or the other. But yeah, the background scroll, like, it's just so pretty the way it looks. And then I mean, like, before when he pulled you in with the fish hook, it was very just calm. He just reeled you in. But now with this extra, like, snap that he gets towards it, like, it just adds so much to it. And look at the way he looks. Look at the posing. Look at his arms and everything, like, and the fingers, and he, oh god, it's just so beautiful looking. So he yanks you in, and god, look at Soul's face, dude. Oh god, no! Ah! Oh yeah, Grand Blue looks super pretty as well, Leo, in a very different way. And then here we go. Oh god, when I saw this move, I was like, what the fuck is happening? Because, like, this was ridiculous. His head just grows gigantic, and he literally just starts eating. He's eating chips. Dude, he's literally eating chips. This is so wrong, dude. This is so wrong. And then he swallows them, and then look at this. They're just in his stomach, and he's just like, what the hell? Like, the guy's fighting out of his stomach? What the hell? Like, are they going to replace his unblockable throw with this thing? Are they going to do something? Like, is this what it's going to look like instead of where he just hits you with the scalpel a bunch of times? Like, this thing is ridiculous looking. I mean, look at this. And he's like, oh, the guys are, like, fighting out of my stomach. And then they're gone. And then instead, he drops him out of a black hole. Look at this. And the guy just falls out of here, dude. Ugh, I mean, dude, that is the funniest ass move. And when I saw that, I was just like, I mean, talk about a personality change and a theme change for this character. Like, literally, this is still silly, but at the same time, it's so disturbingly silly that you're just like, what is even happening here? And look at the posing that they gave him. This is beautiful, dude. Look at this. Like, the extra exaggeration on the movement. This is why I feel like these are the only guys who could ever really make a new Darkstalkers game properly. Blam. And then this, of course. Oh no, this is not. This is the one where, I don't know if this is a win pose. This looks like a win pose. But he's like grabbing out of something from the bag of his head. He's like grabbing something out of his head, the bag in his head. And what is that? Now that I look at this, it's like a jar. There's a hand in the jar. Am I not wrong that this looks like, is that a hand in a jar? Like, when you look at it, it actually looks like there's a hand in there or something, or a foot. There's fingers or something like that. It's like, it's crazy. Oh, is it just pills? I hope it's just pills, because that would be more disturbing if it was the other. But yeah, he like pulls that out, and look at him. He's just like, bleh. And so I don't even know what's going on here. And then this is where things start getting really crazy. First of all, I mean, just look at this falling animation of Soul. I mean, look how good that looks, dude. Gets the juggle here. But see, this is what I mean. This juggle, like, there are no air techs in this game now, right? So this kind of combo is not the kind of combo that you would normally see in a Guilty Gear game. So he gets the counter hit 6P. So that's 6P for sure. But look how far his arm goes back on 6P now. Look how far his arm goes back. That's just so sick. What a good job. And his head is leaning back so you can see his face. This is just great posing right here. This is just really great posing here. And then you can juggle, and then dash up and juggle, and then dash up and still get this kick into dust. Okay, so kicks can still go into dust. So it doesn't look like they can go into slashes and heavy slashes, but they can still go into dust. And look at this baseball animation, dude. I love the previous frame on this. There you go, this frame right here. The baseball bat is actually crooked. That's so sick. I love the fact that the baseball bat is actually crooked. Like, it happens so fast, but it adds to the motion of it so well. Pow! So cool looking. And what is happening over here? So, what is Baby Faust even doing? What is Baby Faust even doing over here? What the heck is happening? Baby Faust is like dancing. Look at this. He's like trying to stomp on him or something. Like he's actually, look at him, he's like going, ah! Dude, that is so, and he has a noose. He has a noose. But what the hell is going on over here? So I had mentioned that I thought Faust looked like Scarecrow from Injustice 2. And then he has this move now where, look, what does Faust do? Okay, he disappears and 3 scarecrows pop up. One of them gets the scary face on it while the little mini Faust is going, ah! And then, so what this probably is over here, this is probably his teleport. So instead of doing the door, he probably does this now. So instead of dropping, coming out from this door or coming out from this door, he probably got replaced by the scarecrow thing. And then this is where he'll appear now instead. So this is my guess. Yeah, I agree, Tip Top. That's kind of my guess on what's going to happen here with the way that this works. And then we've got this. So what I didn't realize this. I didn't know about this, but there is lore behind this. And that Faust in previous X and XX EX Faust. So in all those games at home, they had EX versions of characters, which were just the character that played in a really completely kind of altered way that they just made for fun. So different characters would have EX versions. It just played differently because they just looked like they just wanted to have fun. They were never tournament legal or whatever like that. But Faust's instant kill in EX, he would try to blow you up with one of those dynamite things. It wouldn't work. He'd shimmy on over to the table, but then it would blow up in his face, and it gave him a giant afro and the opponent a giant afro. So you can be like, maybe this is his instant kill here, but I don't think it is. And the thing about it is, what the hell is this? What does it do? What is this? Does it make them take extra damage? But it can't be the instant kill because after he puts the afro on him, like, he's taunting. He's taunting here. And then if you look, here we go. This is Kai. This is Kai with an afro. And he's fighting. He's fighting with his afro. Like, he's just like, whatever. And he's still fighting. Look at this. This is Kai. I mean, we thought Kai had beautiful hair before, but I mean, come on. You can't get any more beautiful than this, dude. And then here we go. Here's May riding at you with a giant afro on her head. I mean, so big that it's obscuring her anchor, too. This is obscuring the anchor. I love this. Look at her, dude. It's so awesome. And then there's freaking Axel with a gray-haired afro. And I like how they show all these guys doing this, actually beating him up. Here's Chip with an afro. I mean, that's just and Potemkin with a freaking afro. Like, what the even heck with this? And what is that move from Potemkin? Potemkin has a move where he shoots you with this hand. Wow, it's very Seeger-like. But, yeah, this is so bizarre. But then they're showing this. This is probably the end of the fishing pole. This is probably the end of the full fishing pole animation if you pull them up and then instead of chopping them down with a giant hand, he might actually just grab them and chuck them. But look at this. This is so beautiful looking. Look at the shadows and the angles. It reminds me of TVC when TVC ended their air combos and they switched to this kind of angle when you knocked them down on the what do you call it? The end of air combos with the flying screen. It just looks really beautiful. Could just be his air throw. It could just be his air throw, and that's what some people are saying, and maybe that's just what it is. So, but it's so pretty looking. And look at the stage. Look how, again, the depth of the stage in the background. Like when you watch the stage, the camera move, the depth, the sense of depth that you get out of the backgrounds is fantastic. I love the depth in the backgrounds. Like there's just something about like normally fighting games, they have very shallow backgrounds because they don't need to draw as many. Or the thing about Guilty Gear, the way they did Exert is that they would purposely put things that are super far away actually much closer up and shrink the size of it so that on the camera parallax it would actually scroll faster like old 2D fighting games, right? Because they found out when they actually put the building the actual distance they wanted to, when your character moved back and forth, the building would move so slowly that they didn't quite get the feel that they wanted. So maybe the stuff in the background is closer than we think, shrunken, so that they spin faster so that it gives us this false sense of depth or something like that. I'm not sure, but it's really cool looking. I really like the way it looks. And then what the hell is even happening over here? Oh, this is when he's going into his air stance, and instead of turning into a big giant swirl anymore, he starts. Oh no, that's his jumping H. There's his jumping H right there. Yeah, so you're probably right. That is air dash, jumping H into going my way. And here he goes, and instead of turning into a big giant swirl, he turns into a top of syringes. I actually didn't notice these are all little syringes spinning around him. So he's spinning at you with syringes. And that H, by the way, counter hit probably and wall bounced chip. There's going to be a lot of wall bouncing stuff here, but here we go. Dude, look at the way he's spinning his scalpel. That is so funny. It's like he's stirring himself to do this. Like, it's just not enough that he can spin, but he's stirring himself. And look at the way his hand is on the top of the stick like that. He's holding the stick and he's stirring like this. Dude, this is such a sick animation, dude. Going my way, pow! Oh my god. What a cool looking game, dude. And then here, oops, the mouse is in the way. And here's his wind pose. Whoops, I went way too far ahead, but again, if you guys aren't familiar with the way Guilty Gear does its animations, they pose everything manually, one at a time. It basically is 2D animation done with 3D style. They don't use interpolation on purpose. They do everything manually and just check how it looks, and they try to probably imitate traditional Japanese animation as much as possible. Ah, it's so good looking. It's so good looking. Look at this. And again, just like Feng Huang said earlier, the shadows that he has. Look at the way he starts the wind pose, right? He's just completely enveloped in shadows. So one of the things that they said that they did for Guilty Gear is that every character has their own light source. and they're only affected by external light sources very minutely, like fireballs, like explosions and stuff. But general ambiance lighting, they are not affected by that because they wanted the characters' shading to look a certain way, not affected by those things. So they purposely made them not affected by like the sunlight of the stage, etc., etc. They're taking advantage of that, I feel like, now by allowing Faust to be as dark and encrusted in shadows as much as possible. His hands are dark, his gloves are dark here. No matter what angle he's at, he's always like half hidden in shadows. And it's just so good looking. I mean, his head is in the shadow. Even though his eye is glowing, it doesn't light up the bag all that much. Like the radiance glow off of the eye is very minute and stuff, so the bag stays dark like this. It's just so beautiful. Like I can't. It is a work of art, dude. It is a work of art. If anything was ever gonna prove video games is our art, you know, Guilty Gear, Arxis, what they're doing with this game, what they're doing with Grand Blue Fantasy are about as close to being art as you could possibly imagine. It's so beautiful. Let's watch this again in real speed one last time here. Oops, in real speed. There we go. Okay. Those shoes, the walking stance, the shake, emaciation, wall bounce, boom, into meaty fishing pole. Nom nom nom. Bleh. Bleh. Ugh. Afro. Ugh. Going my way. Oh, man. It's so beautiful. Well, you notice the shoes before anything else because that's clearly what's at the top, right? That's clearly the first thing that they're showing in that. So there you go. That is the Faust trailer. And it's so beautiful. I can't get over how beautiful that looks. But I'm looking forward to it. I know I haven't done any analysis of a lot of the other trailers, but that's just because I didn't like the characters were different looking and they were cool, but they weren't like this. This looked like a completely different thing. And so I wanted to just slow down and just have a strong appreciation of it. If you guys want me to go back and look at the other Guilty Gear trailers in slow motion like this, just retroactively, let me know in the comments below on YouTube. Let me know here in the chat as well. It might just be fun going through all these videos and looking at them one at a time. So, but very, very cool. I hope they bring ABBA back, dude, because ABBA was kind of like their first attempt at kind of like a little horror character and stuff like that. But maybe I'll look at the May trailer after this. But in any case, hope you guys enjoyed that little in-depth look at the Faust trailer that was just revealed at Frosty Faustings. Shout outs again to Arxis for saving the Faust trailer for Elven Shadows tournament. I mean, that to me, like, if you want to make it feel like that the company is in tune with your community, there's very hardly any better ways than to reveal the Faust trailer at Frosty Faustings, right? And you know what the thing is? Elven Shadow, I'm pretty sure, did not watch the trailer until then, too. He probably had access to the trailer. He probably could have seen it beforehand, but I'm pretty sure he wanted to watch it at the same time as everybody else. Because people said they were sitting right behind him and they could see him just being like, oh, go, oh, like he was reacting to everything in real time. So, honestly, it's just such a cool thing, dude. I think that that's really, really, really cool. Yeah, Bedman is a very unique concept. I like him. I don't know if he's as creepy, but he's definitely such a very, very cool concept. But In any case, thank you guys for tuning in here for this little Faust preview. If you guys appreciate this and would like to see me do more analysis on some of the other Guilty Gear trailers, like I said before, let me know in the comments here on YouTube, and I'll try to do some of those more on the Chen reaction. Otherwise, please definitely subscribe to youtube.com/UltraChenTV. Follow me here on Twitch at twitch.tv/jchensor. So try to catch these live or just have this on in the background while you're at work or something like that. And if you want to help me continue being able to do this all year long, I plan to do all sorts of crazy content coming up, beginner lessons, beginner matches, match analysis, all sorts of things this year. I need to sit down and really schedule out how I want to do this, because I want to stream like 7,000 things and I don't have the time to do everything, but I'll figure it out. Let me know what you guys would like to see most from my Twitch channel here on in the YouTube comments. But thank you guys. Subscriptions, donations, bits, Patreon I have as well. If you're on YouTube and you don't have access to Twitch and you want to support, Patreon works as well and such. All that stuff would be greatly appreciated. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you again on the Chen reaction. For those of you who are here live watching it on Twitch right now, don't go anywhere, because I will be coming right back after this for the Q&A session. For those of you on YouTube, if you want to see the Q&A session, just search on YouTube. It'll be right there. So be right back for you guys on Twitch, and thanks for watching. For those of you on YouTube, peace out. Do, 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 do.